Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom from 6 Foot Networks. Thank you for joining me here in my driveway on this beautiful, I guess December 22nd, right before Christmas. I got my lights out, so you know we're going to be doing some nighttime shooting here. But I wanted to quickly shoot a video. You can see I'm here with my Bolt EV in a driveway, backed in. And you can also see my tool bag and ladder and stuff sitting here. So I wonder what we're going to be talking about today. Well, one of the viewers left me a comment down below asking to talk about a little bit about the cargo space about this car. Since we've talked about a lot of other things, I figured, hey, no harm, no foul. So let's talk about it a little bit. First things first, I'm not going to rehash the interior dimensions. All of those dimensions are available online, and we can view those separately, you know, offline or whatever. But I wanted to show you that I did fold the seats down because, well, it was relatively easy to do. So, you know, this little latch right here, you press it and then you just lay it down. Obviously, move any booster seats or headrests. I got these aftermarket headrests, which are really nice because if you have passengers that like to sleep during road trips, these just clip onto the posts of the headrest, and it kind of works out great. So I got one for my wife and one for my son. I figured if I got one for my seat, I'd be sleeping while I'm driving. So no thank you. Anyway, so you can see that I folded the back seat down, and if I take a step back, it's pretty spacious in there, you know. Let me see if I can take it one step further, and I'm going to set my car keys down on the gate over here so I don't lose them. But I'm actually going to climb in here. So, all right. Okay, so disclosure here. The car is parked at a incredibly steep slope, with the front end of the car probably being 3 or 4 feet lower than the back end of the car. So I feel like I'm about to fall over in here. So if my face gets red and I start having a stroke, just ignore it. Go on about your day. But, you know, I'm inside the car. You know, if you look back there, my feet are actually inside. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you know, if I had help, we could probably close that door and be fine. So if you're in a pinch and you got your Bolt EV out, you know, on a drive, and something were to happen, you know, flat tire or whatnot, and you're stuck until the morning, assuming you were prepared with sleeping bags, blankets, pillows, whatever, you could easily spend the night in here. You can also move these seats forward and get a little bit more space, cooler back here or whatever, if you were in a pinch. Now, I wouldn't go so far as camping, like legitimately camping in this car, but we're all grown. We can make our own decisions. So for those who don't know, I am just about 6.5 feet tall, just under 300 pounds, and I was able to maneuver that. But yeah, you can also see, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but my driveway is very steep. So to the road and sidewalk, it's a pretty ridiculous drop. I think my house is actually 6 or 7 feet above the street level. Which, you know, I don't know if that's any formal math, but it is what it is. So, going back to this. So what can you put in here besides a insanely giant hippopotamus? Instead of a giant hippopotamus like myself. Well, let's go back to some of these things. So this is one of my old tool bags that I recently retired in favor of a more structural storage, you know, hard plastic, wheels, that kind of thing. I retired this bag. I'm going to repurpose it for some other computer related stuff. And then, you know, I don't know, if you need a ladder. I have short ladders. I do have a very tall ladder right next to my toolbox. Right here. The little giant is what that's called. Actually, there's the holder for it up here on the wall. Little giant. This little A-frame ladder is really nice because it can expand to 16 feet. But I've only found 2 uses for that. Actually, it's 1 use, spread across 2 years. Hanging Christmas lights on the pitch of the roof. That's the only thing I really needed a ladder that could get past the 6-foot pole that I have to put those up. So, and actually, I don't know why they're not on. Roof lights. Let's see if we can get the Christmas lights going. There they are. So, and also you can see kind of the snowflakes reflecting off the garage door there. I'll show you more on my lights a little bit later. So there's this ladder, you know, short one. This is a 36-inch, 300-pound capacity ladder. Well, okay. Put your toolbox on top of that so it doesn't roll. Let's see what else. Oh, there's a pancake compressor, but I don't feel like unhooking it and putting it out. But that can surely fit into the corner there behind the driver's seat. This dog crate is too big. It belongs to my wife's RAV4. So that's not going to fit in there. Excuse the mess. We do use this every day. I mean, maybe not the weed whacker, but it's there. Let's see. The theater lights, that won't fit. These Pelican cases are actually part of my streaming kit. This is how I do streaming events for clients. So we can actually put this guy in. And you could figure probably another 10 of those would fit in there. The other one's on wheels, but it's much heavier, so I'm not going to pull that out. And, you know, whatever else you might find necessary. I mean, this Bolt EV, considering what it stands for, in terms of its, you know, its intended purpose, can easily fit. What is this? Let's see what the measurement is. So I borrowed my son's little Home Depot tape measurer that he graciously let me use because I can't find my tape measurer. So let's see what it is. Let's see if we can stretch this out. And then let's go to the center console over there. Now this is rough estimate. So it looks like this would be about maybe 60 inches all the way to where my ring finger is here before the latch from the console. Plus minus, you know, it's a rough estimate. Oh, I just noticed that the lights turned off inside the Bolt. That's fine. Enter light. So about 60 inches. Now, if memory serves me right, there are mattresses that are 60 inches long that actually would fit in here too. I don't know about the width, but maybe a twin. I don't know. Maybe not lengthwise, but certainly, I guess widthwise it would fit. But I don't know. That's something that would have to be you know, checked. Actually, this light just died too, so I should plug that in and charge it once in a while. So I got the backup. But I don't know what else there is to say. I laid myself down. I put some stuff in there that's kind of uncommon, like a ladder and toolbox or a tool bag and a Pelican case and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, you know, I can tell you one of the things that I travel a lot with is I have a pretty sensitive stomach when it comes to water. I can only drink 1 or 2 types of bottled water without getting sick. And those boxes come from Amazon, but they are delivered to my office in downtown Valencia, which is about 3 or 4 miles away. And every once in a while, when I run out of water here, I have to go over there and get it. So this is what I bring it in. And typically I don't even fold the seats down. I can get 3 of those boxes into this area right here without the seats being folded down. So you know, and as far as height goes, let's see what the height is. You can kind of get a glimpse of my lights. I'll show you a little bit more as the sun sets later. But let's unfold this tape measure here a little bit and see what the height is from here to this top trim here. So about 26.5 inches or so, plus minus. So what's that, just under 2 feet? No, just over 2 feet, I guess. 24 inches would be 2 feet. So that gives you a bit of a, you know, guessing space with regards to what you can fit in here. Like I said, you know, a dog box this size won't fit, but there's plenty of other things that you could move in that car if you had to. This bike, actually my main road bike, which is actually up here for repair, my little Giant here, that's Little Giant. This is just Giant. You can probably see the theme in this house. The recurring theme is I'm a giant, so all my stuff is Giant, either Little Giant or regular Giant. But I can tell you that if I take the front wheel off of that bike, it'll lay down perfectly. I've actually traveled with it. I've taken it to bike paths, trails, stuff like that in the spring and summertime last year, and it fit perfectly fine in here. I also, somewhere, oh yeah, here it is. I have a bike rack, but that unfortunately doesn't work with hatchbacks. That is a sedan rack that I had on my diesel Jetta that I got rid of when I got this, so that's up for sale. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't know what else I can think of here. I mean, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you know, the usual, you know, go down below, drop me a line, let me know what you think. In the meantime, you know, this car holds a lot. I don't know how much weight per se you can put in there, but it does do its fair share of work around the house. So it's still a little light out, so the sun's not down all the way, as you can see behind me. That is actually a street light behind me, but I'll show you the lighting job I did on my house. Nothing fancy, really. Red, green wash lights, some projectors, and then, of course, these border lamps that I got for very cheap at a big box store. So there's a projector on the garage door, there's a new one on the side of the garage, and then the front door has a blue and white snowflake. And then I put some in the grass. It actually looks really nice when it's completely dark outside, although it never really gets all the way dark because I have a street light right outside my driveway. But suffice it to say, you know, it's Christmas, and considering that I typically don't have a lot of time to you know, put stuff up, this took me a whole 2 hours to do, even getting the Little Giant out to put lights up on the pitch of this roof. So anyway, I'll leave it there. I want to thank everybody, first of all, for a tremendously successful year this year. This channel has gone from 0 to hero thanks to you guys. I can't express my gratitude towards each and every single one of you for watching the videos, you know, giving a like, a thumbs up, and doing everything to help us out. I've even today even got a request for swag. So do I have a merch store? Not yet. That wasn't anything that was in the works for this year, but because I'm having more and more people ask about shirts and stuff like that, I decided to go forth and order some product, and we'll see what it looks like after the new year. And maybe 2022 we'll have a merch store. You know, keychains, stickers, magnets, pocket knife, like a utility knife that I really love, actually. I absolutely love that little pocket knife. and maybe some shirts, hats, sweatshirts, that kind of thing, depending on where things go. But 2021 was a rough year. You know, we all know that. It started out in the dumps, I'm not gonna lie, and it took a fair share of effort to get to the end of it. But you know what? I'll be honest. 6 Foot Networks did not lose any clients, and the clients prevailed in a miraculous way. They've done an incredible job, you know, staying alive, staying afloat, and keeping their doors open. You know, I remember a few years ago, I was servicing a client, and this was kind of on the starting line of where the company came from. We had a client that got to a point where he felt the need to sell some of his server equipment to pay the bill, and I swore that I would never allow that to happen again. So I'm fortunate to work with people that are just fantastic, outgoing, easygoing, first of all, and they do what needs to be done to take care of our customers, our friends, and our literally an extension of our family. So with that said, I want to wish every single one of you a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you get to celebrate with your friends and family, and I hope that there's a little bit of peace in your heart in doing so. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2022 will blast off in full swing with positivity and joy for everybody. And with that said, again, I want to thank you all for everything you guys have done for 6 Foot Networks, for my wife, son, and I. And on behalf of my family, my wife, Maria, my son, Edward, and myself, Tom, thank you very much. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And until next year, thank you all for watching. Take care.